Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet award-winning speaker, Paul Huschilt.
I'd love to chat, but gotta go. Hit it, hit it! Do this! Show them. Announcements. It's not something to clap about, though. Children, according to Dr. William Fry from Stanford University, are laughing 400 times a day, whereas adults are laughing only on average 14 times a day. Now, this is really serious, because when you laugh, you release chemicals into your bloodstream that would be illegal if you bought them on the street.
Paul Huschilt consistently entertains while delivering a serious message for workplace wellness.
Laugh for a minute. You can boost your immune system for up to 24 hours. But if you are angry for 1 minute, you can weaken your immune system for up to 6 hours. Think about that. Angry for just 1 minute, you can weaken your immune system for up to 6 hours. So the positive emotions are where it's at, and we can choose them. We can choose to smile. We just tighten a muscle, tighten your zygomaticus, and you feel happy. So the negative emotions are not where it's at, even though they're tempting, like resentment. Resentment is tempting, right? But it's nothing more than a poison pill that you take, hoping the other person will die.
Paul increases staff morale, builds camaraderie, and helps reduce workplace stress. Paul Huschilt mixes both visual and intellectual humor and scientific facts to connect with everyone in your audience.
This is important. It's good for your heart unless you have a bad heart, and then it's the spiritual equivalent of come and get me.
Paul customizes every presentation and speaks directly to each audience.
Raise your hand if you have a sense of humor. Excellent. And now raise your hand if that's why you're involved with the YMCA.
Paul does not seek to dazzle the audience with technology. Instead, he uses foolproof software to make important points clearly. Actually, he uses a flip chart and pretends it's PowerPoint. It's really funny, trust me.
Paul was absolutely the most delightful part of the whole convention. It was absolutely terrific.
Aren't you going to be on television pretty soon?
I couldn't stop laughing. It was incredible.
I've been to so many of these district conferences. I've seen them end on high notes, and it's the funniest note I've ever seen. It was absolutely great.
Retention is much higher when people are laughing and engaged. That's why his talks are so fun and interactive.
Okay, Simon Says, stand up, you smarty pants. You wanted a duck? You know what? I'm going to give you a set of 4.
I collect rubber ducks.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, at 50 years old,
wow.
This is awesome.
Well, that's cool.
And I'm sure I'm going to have to put them on my customs declaration form.
Yeah, because it's illegal to bring ducks into the States. Mad duck disease. And so what I want to do right now is I want to tell you a quick story about how I learned I was not the center of the universe. And it goes like this. I walked out on stage on opening night of a Broadway musical comedy. Okay, it was an off-Broadway musical comedy. Okay, it was off-Broadway. Okay, it was community theater in North York. And I had a 7-minute part, and I did something funny, and the audience laughed. I did something funny again, they laughed again. I did something really funny, and they laughed like crazy, because what I did was I accidentally stepped off the stage and fell into the pit. And how life taught me that I was not the center of the universe goes like this, because just before I fell off the stage, I had a thought. And I was sure that it was God himself speaking to me. It felt like a spiritual moment. I felt loved by the universe. And the thought that came to me, which distracted me from noticing where the edge of the stage was this: you are brilliant. And no sooner did I have that thought that I stepped off the stage and fell into the pit. And it took me about 3 years before I admitted to my closest friends that I had had the thought, you are brilliant, before falling off the stage into the pit. But you know, Carol Burnett says that humor equals tragedy plus time. Humor equals tragedy plus time. So I think in life, if we can just have a little bit of space, if we can step back, if we can let time go by, have time to reflect, we can start to see the lessons, the learnings, the blessings, the bittersweetness, and things that seem impossible to cope with. Get ready, set, be who you are, and not somebody you are not. I've said all that there is of it. I'm going to shut my mouth a bit. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. I love this. I have spoken to major corporations, national associations, and all major levels of government. If I can make these wonderful people laugh, imagine what I can do for you too. Thanks, I gotta go. See ya.
Paul Huschilt, now playing at conferences everywhere.
That was great.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible.
It was great. It was really fun.
Great, I love you.
It was marvelous. Thanks a lot.
You are thoroughly enjoyable.
I had no idea it was going to be so funny, so spectacular. I couldn't quit laughing.
Amazing, amazing show. Thank you very much.
You were absolutely fabulous.
I have your number, right?
Canadian
That's the key.
subsidy.
I have your
Canadian
phone
subsidy.
number. Your phone number.
Paul Huschilt. Not available unless you book him. Not recommended for people who hate to laugh. Paul Huschilt has been known to cause uncontrollable laughter, chuckles, snickers, hoots, cackles, chortles, guffaws, snorts, loss of control, and incontinence. Book Paul Huschilt to make your conference a success. Currently, Paul offers 4 different presentations. The ultimate ending is a comic summary of your entire conference, presented as a 40-minute closing keynote. Seven Humor Habits for Workplace Wellness helps people be their best and do their best at work. Everybody Stay Calm is a necessary reminder to let go of workplace tension and stress. Mount Fuji, the Fool Climbs It Twice, is a new talk. It's the story of Paul's climb to the summit. It teaches the importance of goal setting and beginning today. Paul Huschilt, now playing at conferences everywhere. In addition to keynotes, Paul Huschilt appears in corporate DVDs that guarantee that the experience and learning are carried forward. Mount Fuji, the Fool Climbs It Twice is shot on location in Japan as Paul actually climbs the mountain. Seven Humor Habits for Workplace Wellness is filmed not in the studio, but right out on the street, shot on location with beautiful camera work. These DVDs are unlike anything available in the marketplace today. You may choose to purchase one for each of the participants for home viewing purposes, as an unlimited public viewing license within your corporation, and as a comprehensive corporate training program. Paul Huschilt has an extensive list of clients that include major corporations, associations, and all levels of government. Check it out.